unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
James Helder, IFL TV, MTK Global. With me, I've got promoter Eddie Hearn. We're in Liverpool today. Just witnessed a press conference between Amir Khan and Phil GRECO. Not as spicy as the announcement press conference, but still quite interesting at times.
Yeah,
how do you assess it?
People always say on the fight week presses, they weren't really going at it. Well, they ain't going to go at it. They're fighting in 2 days' time. Both making weight. No one wants to be rolling around on a stage, so they've already done that. And a lot on the line on Saturday night, for both guys.
Phil GRECO, half the man he was, literally.
He looks good, doesn't he?
It's the first press conference. He looks fantastic.
Hard. I mean, I wish I could do in 12 weeks what he's done. But he's had a great camp. Obviously, he's got Fernando Vargas here, who's been with him the whole time. I think Fernando sort of looks at this as his little project to maybe break through on the training scene as well. He's a legendary fighter, and GRECO's up for this. I've seen him study Khan, I've seen him study videos of Khan, and they fancy it. And why shouldn't they? They probably look at the Canelo defeat, look at the 2 years out, look at the hand injury, look at the changing trainer. And this is, if you're going to fight Amir Khan, this is a good time to fight Amir Khan for Phil GRECO. So he fancies it, and I think there's going to be plenty of drama.
If Phil GRECO manages to do the unthinkable and beat Amir Khan, it opens up a gateway of massive fights for him, doesn't it?
That's why he's here. That's why he's trained his nuts off, and that's why he's going to be doing everything he can to win on Saturday night.
On the flip side to that, if Amir Khan is going to challenge the likes of Brook, Furman, Spence and the other top fighters around that weight, does he need to be beating your man convincingly and doing a complete job on him?
Yes, he does. I mean, look, winning's important. Looking good is always better. You can do the two combined, so anything. Whenever you're looking good's half the battle. I mean, look at you today, right? You've got the Air Forces on. Is that what they're called? No, not Air. They're not Air Forces. Huaraches on.
Quite comfortable.
You've got a little pair of chino shorts on. You've got the MTK t-shirt. You look well.
Cheeky.
If you didn't, maybe I wouldn't have spoke to you. But it's like if I turned up looking like a bag of shit, what do it look like? I look like a bag of shit. Maybe I'm a bag of shit. So you've got to win and you've got to look good. If you can do the two combining, even better. For Amir, the pressure's on. It's completely sold out on Saturday night. 9,000 tickets sold.
Big return for him
as
well.
And it's got a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure on him on Saturday.
Let's talk a little bit about Kell Brook. Will he be here on fight night to witness the Amir Khan's return?
He's working with Sky. Kell Brook's been flying around the world right now, just calling everybody out. We saw in America recently. He's up for it. He's got the bit between his teeth, and I think that, of course, he wants the Amir Khan fight. But there's plenty of fights out there for both guys, so we'll see what happens. Before the Rabchenko fight, I said he needs to look good. He did. Now Amir needs to look good. Let's see if he can do it as well.
The big breaking news yesterday that Saul Alvarez Canelo will only receive a 6-month ban.
Saul Alvarez Canelo.
Saul Alvarez, aka Canelo, will only receive a 6-month ban for his sort of suspension. Can you give me any sort of comment on that?
I guess I saw a comment from Ron Lewis, which I thought was quite apt. Was that I was surprised they even didn't let him fight on May the 5th. So at least it was something. I mean, it doesn't really matter how long he's banned for. His reputation's finished in the sport. He's a great fighter, but who knows how long he's been cheating for. Should he be banned longer? Yeah. Should he be financially penalised? Absolutely. Like any crime, if there's no punishment, it's going to just encourage people to commit them. So if you're a young fighter and you're thinking about doping in the sport, and you see Canelo Alvarez just get a 6-month fine with no financial penalty, I'll give it a go. I'll run the risk. It's like anything. You talk about knife crime at the moment. If you're carrying, why do you think countries like Abu Dhabi and Dubai, the crime rate's so low? Because you get caught doing something, you go down, mate, for time. And like anything, you should get caught with a knife, you should just be slung in prison. There's no excuse for it. And the same in doping. Maybe a life ban is what's needed to eradicate cheating in the sport. But
would you have expected a harsher reaction from a lot of people in the media with regards to Canelo's
it's expected,
ban?
James.
The likes
and it's
of,
not
for
right.
instance, to quote Dan Raphael's
yeah,
tweet,
but Dan Raphael goes, oh well, he lost out on $20 million. He didn't really. It was just delayed by 3 months or 4 months. But do you know what? I just think it's expected. Like, I'm not shocked by the 6-month ban. Are you asking me, is it outrageous? I don't know, really. I suppose so, but sounds about right in boxing, which isn't the answer that's the right answer. But that's just people's perception of, I expected May the 5th to happen. So just thought, it's a big fight.
Seriously? You thought it would go ahead?
Yeah. So, there you go.
Where does this leave Golovkin in terms of the
Well,
fight in
I
September?
feel a bit sorry for him because He's having to fight on May the 5th against a fight no one really wants to see. But he's got to fight, he's got to be active, it's not his fault. But Canelo obviously will fight Golovkin on September 15th. And then, you know, see what happens. It's a bigger fight. But yeah, that'll be next. They'll do that fight, September 15th, Canelo against Golovkin. It just sort of disrupts everyone. It's like Danny Jacobs, you know, he might be the mandatory for WBA. Billy Joe, you know, he's not going to get to fight Golovkin now or Canelo till, I don't know, over a year. So it's just ballsed everything up, really.
Would you like to see harsher punishments for boxers
Yes.
found guilty of doping in the
Yes.
future? And playing devil's advocate, what happens if, I don't know, 8 months down the line, God forbid, Canelo was to injure someone in the boxing
Well,
ring?
that's the problem, and that's never
supposed to
happened.
stand?
But the moment that happens, perhaps people will take it more seriously. This is not jumping over a bit of rope or, you know, seeing who can run 100 metres the fastest. This is a sport where people are in there to render the other one unconscious, and to do it under the influence of steroids, aka to cheat, should be a criminal offence, let alone an offence by a commission or a governing body.
We saw that Joe Joyce has got the fight with Leroy Thomas. Quite frustrating to a lot of the Dave Allen fans out there. They expected Dave Allen to get a third crack at Leroy. Firstly, what sort of happened? Why couldn't it be made?
Well,
for Dave
Haymaker
Allen?
had obviously involved with the show, so they can put the fights on they want. They spoke to Leroy Thomas, gave him a load of money. He said, yes, please. I spoke to Leroy. He felt bad because he wanted to fight Dave Allen, but I just said to him, look, you've got to make your own decision. I spoke to Dave Allen last night. Do you know what? I think this is a good thing for Dave Allen. Fuck Leroy Thomas. Let's just get over it now. You know, they've boxed twice. Let's just move on. Dave Allen's got a good future ahead of him. I spoke to him last night. He's built himself a good image, a good following, and he can fight, and he's improving. So, there's some big fights out there for Dave Allen.
Are you behind his small hall tour of the Legends?
Yeah, I just said to him, let's just do one.
Day?
Let's do one of them before you box for us in the summer. I don't want him boxing on too many small hall shows, but listen, he's an interesting character. I said, why are you doing that? He said, I just wanted to see how many tickets I could sell in somewhere random. I was like, you're quite strange, aren't you?
He's very strange.
But he's a character, and I think he's got a good future. He's only young.
Let's talk a little bit about movement on the Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua situation. Everybody's had the questions, where are we, what's going on? Is there anything you can tell us at this moment in time?
Yes, I made an offer last Monday, I think. I haven't had a reply to that offer. That offer hasn't been acknowledged, although other than their team talking to the media. I think they said on Wednesday that I was going to get an offer, last Wednesday. It's now Thursday, 8 days on, I haven't heard anything. And I've now emailed them just recently to say, I'm in New York next week, let's get face to face and try and make this fight happen. It's very frustrating, James. Not the negotiations of trying to make the deal, but just the perception of people that they really feel like Deontay Wilder's trying to make this fight. It's total bollocks. Like, I've made an offer. I'm trying to arrange meetings, but I haven't even heard anything back. Not even to tell me to fuck off. Like, I'd rather they emailed me and said, listen here, you fat tit, with your epoxy offer, go fuck yourself. But I haven't even had a reply. So it's frustrating, and hopefully we get in front of them in New York next week, try and get some movement happening. But don't say you really want the fight when you've already negotiated to fight Dominic Brazil in July at the Barclays Centre. Don't waste our time.
You believe that's confirmed?
Oh, I say it's 100%. That's what they're planning to do. But they want to talk about Anthony Joshua. Do they want to make the fight? I don't believe so. Let's get in front of him in New York. Let's see the whites in their eyes and let's ask him.
When you're in New York for Jacob Selecki next week, no doubt, will you be arranging meetings with Finkel and?
Well, I don't know where you've been the last 3 minutes, but that's just what I've been talking about.
I just want to get a confirmation about that.
Yes, I've already reached out to ask for that meeting, and I'm sure they'll have it. I mean, look, I'm not saying.
Is it awkward when you sit down with them, having sort of the back and forth in the media?
No, but Shirley will sit down and go, I think you're really out of order calling me Shirley Winkle. I'll say, Shirley, don't worry about it. I'm just making you relevant, yeah? It's like all these people. It's like Lou DiBella. Like, without me, no one would even know who Lou DiBella is, who's under the age of 50, or no, actually 60. So I'm actually making Lou DiBella relevant and cool again. He should be giving me a cuddle. Well, he does actually when he sees me. But actually, I am alerting the fan base, the real fan base, the young generation, of this guy called Lou DiBella. Like Shirley Winkle. Who knew who Shirley Winkle was? Like, but the only bad thing for Shirley Winkle is that they actually think his name is Shirley Winkle. But the fact is, now everybody knows. And once this fight gets made, this will all be great for the build-up. Me and Shirley, me and Lou DeBella, if he's still in a job. You know what I mean? You just don't know.
So many subplots to it.
That's done. We're selling, baby. We need the subplots. Shirley Winkle. Maybe Al Heyman will even show up and we'll get to see him.
Have you ever had a one-on-one time or meeting with Al Heyman
Yes.
personally?
Yes.
Was he talkative? Was he not talkative?
Yeah, we were talking about the Frot Chavez fight.
Okay.
And then again, I've met him talking about the Wilder fight as well. So he's a very bright man.
Can you get him on the phone? Can you just ring him and go, oh, yo, what's up?
Yeah, I speak to a guy called Louis DeCubas a lot, who I've made multiple fights with. I'm not very well liked, James. I mean, I'm not very well liked in the UK. I'm hated in the States.
Why do you think that is? What is the reason behind that?
Probably
In the
think I'm a
States, let's start with the States.
flash prick. But you ain't going to stop us. And in 3 weeks' time, when we drop our new news, oh my God, people are going to be in mourning.
Can you give us any clue?
No, absolutely none. And you know how big
my
my mouth is. And I want to tell you so bad. In fact, I've got a stirring in my pants even thinking about it. But oh, baby, it's going to be a sweet day. Right,
Last
I've got to
but
go.
not least, Khan 3-fight deal. Do you see the third fight, the penultimate fight, being Kell Brook?
Yes, I do. But could be someone else. But that's the one.
Give us a name.
Crawford, Thurman, Spence, Broner, Garcia.
Pacquiao in the mix.
Pacquiao, if he beats Matisse.
Good fight.
Right.
Good fight. Thanks, Ed.
Cheers.
3 rounds, 3 minutes, 3 fights.
Unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.